Today I have something very weird to show off. I might have accidentally made the best base in this game that I've ever seen. Maybe somebody's done something better, but holy crap is this thing OP. And it can become way better if you wanted to. Basically, I went into creative mode just to try to build a version of my base that I'm doing on my melee only playthrough. This was meant to be a melee only base, and the idea behind it is that I wanted zombies to come up to this window and I could stun baton them into like this wall here. They'd fall down into the pit and then they'd have to walk all the way up here and then just keep doing that as we go. The idea was to actually utilize fall damage as a mechanic for this base and give me the option to actually use melee during the Horde night. But I ended up with a base that was practically AFK throughout the entire night. So I figured I would show you guys it. Basically, we just have a little Horde base with the little window system I have, which is just scaffolding in the front. And then my windows here, which completely stop cop spit. And these windows in the front almost completely stop cop spit, but they let in just a tiny bit. So we have these in the back, so they completely stop it no matter what happens. Not a big deal with this base because cops never spit at this window. And we have these poles. They try to walk on them. If they're not sprinting, then they fall. We have these fences. There's actually 4 right here. And basically, when they run into them, they stop. And the little bit of momentum that they have makes them kind of slide on these and just fall down too. But they're not actually necessary. They're just kind of cool to have. They're like a little bonus thing. And of course, the very front, we just have 2 ladders that go up. Then they can try to run over to me. We also have ramps. By the way, it's the same thing mirrored on this side. The ramps are just for the dogs. I realized without them, dogs wouldn't try to path up and they'd just go for the walls and whatnot. So that's why we have ramps. And of course we have these ladders that go all the way down to bedrock that meet up with this hole over here. And in this hole, we have a ton of blade traps. I believe there's just 10. And we have so many fences. Each one of these is actually 2 fences. So we have a whole row of them. We could just keep putting rows and rows and rows behind them. And we have more over here as well for this little corridor. You can see there's already loot bags because I was doing a little bit of testing. There is a little bit of damage on the base as is. And that's a good time to tell you that this is all concrete. I'm going to be doing a Horde night here just to show you what it can do. And it's really important to say that this is all concrete. We're on day 700 with max level game stage. The only weapons I'm going to be using is just a baton. I don't really have any skills put into it. I do have the repulsor mod onto it, and I have a bunch of nades because I do have a nade shoot. And that's just a lot of fun. It's really not necessary to use, but I like it. Other than that, this is the entire base. It's actually really simple to build. The hardest part is actually digging out this hole. And if you haven't seen my melee only playthrough, I'm actually building this on top of a giant mountain. The goal is to start up on a mountain just like that on the very top and then drop it down to bedrock. We're trying to do the maximum amount of fall damage that we can possibly do. So anyway, the Horde is here. They are coming and let me show you what it does. So as you can see, they path up. 0 issues. No pathing issues on this base. They just run up the ramps. They really like the ramps. But they come over here. And as you can see, the fences really stop them. And, oh yeah, I forgot to mention, this is a 128 Horde. This is actually double the max amount that they allow you. Pale Rider, he made a mod for me that actually doubled the Horde night. So, all concrete base, double the max Horde, and it's on insane. So, this is the best stress test that I can actually give this space. But as you can see, they all just fall down. As some get bunched up in the front and more start to show up, they actually just kind of boot each other off. And yeah, see, just like that. They just continuously do that if they happen to get stuck up here. Just like that. Although this guy on the corner is getting really lucky, but as soon as he gets out of that shock, he's gonna fall. But yeah, this is meant to be a melee only base, guys. And technically, it works as a melee only base because you don't have to melee or shoot any guns. And as you can see, they all fall down into here. Although the blade traps are kind of just for looks. They get destroyed almost immediately. Yeah, there's not much I can do about that. This is all bedrock, so if a demo happened to get set off up there and or down here, a lot of the damage will be mitigated by the bedrock because it can't take damage. They have to try their best to get down into this little chute right here, to the corridor, all the way up these ladders. There's only 3 rows of ladders, by the way. And of course, they're concrete. But I haven't seen any issues with it yet. And of course, there's an insane amount of zombies. So if there were to be issues, we would see it. Of course, if I was to do this again, I would probably make that little ladder thing right there a little bit wider. But I was trying to emulate my base on the melee only playthrough and try to work on that because I plan on doing this on that base. Because this was just supposed to be a fix. I was just testing out things, see what I could do to fix that base. And yeah, we certainly fixed it. That's for sure. As you can see, nothing has made it to me. We do have spikes up here, so birds, they do just fly down into them and die. If you were using turrets and like turrets, of course, you can just stick a turret up here and shoot the birds. That is completely an option. There we go. He finally came down. See, there he goes. And then he'll die any second now. There we go. So that is amazing. Basically, 90% of the damage done to this base is just the bird spitting at me. And it's usually on the sides, like here and like right here. Nothing is making it to the window, as you can see. And there's just a million of them down here. There's legit like 100 plus in this hole. Yeah, you can see they're actually stacking on each other's heads, so they're actually destroying this, which is something to think about. I would probably raise that a bit, just because I know that that's an issue now. This would not be an issue for you if you were playing with 64 times zombies, and especially if you're doing like 32 or lower. But there's such a high amount of zombies in my game right now that stuff like this is bound to happen. But I'm completely fine with that, dude. This is just nuts. I'm surprised that any of these traps are still here. Hold on. I did take these out just because I wanted to have fun. There's an awesome little grenade chute, which we can just throw a bunch of these and not actually pull the pin. So when we do pull the pin, we can throw it, quickly get into spectator mode, and we can watch them all go off. There we go. Just like that. Basically, the grenades have just enough time to reach the bottom of this before they explode. Let's just keep throwing some, I guess. Obviously, we're gonna damage some of the blade traps, but I mean, they're pretty much all gone anyway, so who cares? These grenades will not damage. Can I go quick enough? Yep. Yeah, they cannot damage any of these fences behind the walls. So that's always good. Yeah, we cleared out a lot, actually. All the blade traps are just gone. We have one on the side. Okay, very cool. Very useful. I really like the blade traps, but when you get this many zombies, they seem to be practically useless. They die instantly. And the idea behind this is if they keep falling, they'll just keep taking more and more damage. And if they land, like where one of these wires is, and they get electrocuted as they're like falling and right about to die, we'll get the XP. Because you don't normally get XP if they just die from straight up fall damage. So if they land on any of these wires, we will get the XP. Okay. Yep, still nobody has made it to me. Might as well just chuck some more nades. Cause why not? I like to see big explosions, you know? Okay, let's pull the pin. And then see what we got. Look at that. Just barely made it, by the way. Oh, we set off a demo. And it didn't seem to do anything at all. Most of the damage was just done to this. Let's go check out the ladders. It's kind of hard to tell with this many zombies on it, but it doesn't seem like any of the ladders are broken. I don't see any big damage done to them yet. Over here, as you can see, they just come up and then they run back up. They really like these ramps. And up here, I don't see any big damage either. Honestly, completely fine. And if I were to wire these up again, I would actually connect the power to these and then have them connect to these, just repair these throughout the night and they'd work forever. But they're definitely gonna break sometime soon. Yeah, okay, there's one broken right here. I figured they would start at some time. But there is technically 4 of them right here. And 4 on this side as well. And of course, if you wanted to, you could add more. More and more rows. And if you really, really wanted to, you could add a whole bunch here so this entire path in front of us could be electric traps. Demo, what do you think you're doing? Oh, 2 demos. Yeah, they're not even a threat. You just don't have to care. The space just tanks, dude. Holy crap, look at them all. You can see that they're no longer bunching up as much. And this is the wiring, by the way. It's just one big hole that goes all the way up. Then we have a hatch, just to make sure they definitely don't try to come up here. We have 1 relay on the very bottom. And that connects to one of these. And then there's a relay right here. I have it kind of coded. So you got a whole bunch of relays on this side. And a whole bunch of relays on this side. But it's only 1 deep. Oh, what did I do? How is my... Oh, I've never seen that happen before. What the... Is that a thing that you can do? Oh, I've done it again. Okay. That's a thing that you can do. As you can see, still no damage to the front of here. Not even cops. Cops can do absolutely nothing to us. All of this is still doing perfectly fine. Almost no damage. And of course, again, steel would help this base tremendously. I'm just trying to see if I can see any sort of damage down here on these ladders, because this is really important that they are still here. But they all seem to be here. I don't see any immediate harm, you know. Only this, but this doesn't matter. It's not holding up anything important. And even if these were to break, it's not like it's gonna fall up there. Oh yeah. So if you guys did like this base, please let me know. I would be so happy to show you guys a tutorial on this base. It's actually quite a simple build, mechanic wise. Again, the hardest part is just digging out this giant hole. The rest of it is pretty straightforward. Maybe the traps. The traps is probably the second hardest thing to do and not even necessary. But yeah, please let me know if you guys want to see a tutorial on this base, because I'd love to make one. So that being said, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Oh, I was expecting the explosion to happen in front of me. Anyway, see ya!